Мы записываем третий выпуск нашего дневника детского Евровидения. Сегодня в гостях у нас Ситце Баккер, менеджер пиар и коммуникаций мероприятий Евровидения. Ситце, what is your impressions of Minsk and the work of post-broadcasting?
Well, if you get to host a show like this, there is such an enormous amount of work to put into it before it gets together like it does now. One of the main challenges of hosting this event is that for most broadcasters it's actually the first time, which means they have no experience. They have to learn a lot of things within a quite short time. And I think BTRC is managing very well. They're putting together a great show. Everything's going on schedule. All the elements of the show are coming together. Performances, presenters, interval act, host parts, opening sequence. And tomorrow we will see the first visitors. Minsk. When I got here the first time, I was very surprised because Minsk is not only a very clean city, but it's also a very green city. I saw a lot of parks, a lot of big green areas in the city. I've been to many cities across Europe, but I think Minsk is definitely one of the more green cities as you're coming to the city.
Do you like the building of National Library?
I've passed it. I think it's impressive. I think there are actually a lot of impressive buildings in Minsk. The wide streets, the squares, the big roads. So yeah, I'm generally impressed with Minsk. Again, it's such a clean city. I think a lot of cities all over Europe can learn a lot from that.
What do you think about the future of the junior Eurovision contest?
Yeah. Right now, we face challenges. I'm going to be very open about that. The challenges are a result of the economic crisis. Broadcasters have to cut in their budget. They have to save money, which means that they have to think about their priorities. We understand that. We as EBU are very committed to find solutions for these challenges that are different from country to country. We are very eager to continue with the show. We are now in the process of finding a home broadcaster for next year, and that's looking very good. So in the next weeks and months we'll get to know more about next year's edition. But when it comes to all the rumors on the internet about this being the last junior Eurovision, when it's up to us, that is definitely not the case.
Great. And what is your favorite song this year?
Well, I never say anything about my favorites until after the show. If I may say something about the songs in general, I think they're of a very high level. The songs, but also the performances. Sometimes, sorry for that, but sometimes even better than in the grown-ups Eurovision Song Contest. And I'm very impressed by the commitment of these young people to put so much effort and energy into their performances. They don't seem to be nervous, they don't seem to be afraid of what's going to happen. They are standing there being very secure, very determined to put together a great show. And it seems to having a lot of fun.
I have some questions about junior Eurovision and big Eurovision. How do you think, what is the main difference between junior Eurovision?
I think the main difference is the atmosphere. In the adult Eurovision Song Contest, you see a very competitive atmosphere. Everyone is very focused on winning, qualifying for the final. It's another challenge we don't have here because it's only one show. While here, I just see kids from 14 different countries enjoying themselves, rehearsing, enjoying themselves more, making friends, trying to communicate with each other even if they don't speak each other's language and if their English is limited. The atmosphere is much more relaxed and I quite like that.
And it seems that junior Eurovision is not as much popular as adult one. How do you think why?
You have to put this into perspective. The adult Eurovision Song Contest exists for 55 years now. This contest is now celebrating its 8th birthday. It took many years for the Eurovision Song Contest as well to get to 14 participating countries. again, I think part of the popularity in other countries than the participating countries is there. However, these countries do not have the budget to participate. So I think if we would find a way to make participation more affordable, or if broadcasters manage to solve their budget problems, and if we get out of the economic crisis, I expect a growth in the number of participants.
And how do you choose the country which will be the country of doing Eurovision? What are the main choices?
Well, first of all, we look at the basic facilities that are required. A good venue, enough hotels, a suitable infrastructure, and obviously we also try to move the contest to different places in Europe. We try to go from East to Western Europe and take it to Southern Europe again. So we really try to bring the contest as close as possible to those different regions. And then as a third element to the selection is the creative proposal that a broadcaster makes. Obviously these creative proposals always change over the course of preparing. But it gives us a very good indication of the level of professionalism, the level of creativity they are willing to put into the show.
But what about adult Eurovision? Because there is no such rule, and there is a winner brings Eurovision to the country. Why is there is a rule?
What we don't want to do in the Junior Eurovision Song Contest is to put the pressure of winning the contest on the shoulders of the young participants. Winning the Eurovision Song Contest is very prestigious, winning Junior Eurovision is very prestigious, and we don't want to increase the pressure on the kids